Hey guys, so now I have the Hedera chart open, and the ticker for this is HBAR. As usual, I'm starting on the higher term time frame, so this is the weekly right here. Just mapped out a few trend lines, so we have this support level coming across the bottom here, and then we had this down sloping resistance line. We had three touches here. We fought with it a little bit, and then we broke out. And now what we're doing is like we broke out and we're coming down and we just keep retesting it. So now this downsloping resistance line, once resistance, is now serving as a support. So on this long-term time frame, right now I don't really see an entry because, as I mentioned in other videos, I don't like to enter the trade unless I have a short, like a quick invalidation point. So if I entered here, I wouldn't be able to invalidate this trade until we broke this support down here. So it's not ideal for an entry for me personally. However, if what you can do is you can set an alert on this trend line, and if the price does come down to around here, then you would be able to enter a long position. And well, again, I'm not telling you what to do, but this is just sort of like the kind of things I look for in a trade. So let's say if the price does come back down here for whatever reason, you can enter a long. You can, where is it? Always do this. There we go. Okay, let's bring this down. Let's say it comes down here, you went to a long, and then you just place your stop just below here. And now I'm on a weekly time frame, right? So this would be a big, let's say we target the top range here. This is a longer term swing trade, and this would be risking 16% to get 128% gain. So this isn't something you're not going to actively day trade this. This is going to be like you're holding this for probably a couple months. So yeah, so that's a 1 to almost a 1 to 8 risk reward ratio. But anyway, you don't have to do the swing trade thing. This is just to get a rough idea of where the market is. Let me reset this chart view. Now, if you wanted a shorter term time frame entry, one that you didn't have to hold as long, let me switch the chart here. Okay, so now I'm on the 1 hour chart and I have a different indicator on this. This indicator that I'm using, it's called Price Action Concepts, and it's a paid indicator. I'll link to it in the pinned comment of this description if you want to check it out. But one of the things I like about it is it marks the previous day high and the previous day low. Now, I feel like I got to explain this pretty much every video because I probably have new viewers because it's a new channel. But the previous day high and the previous day low, they're often overlooked, but they frequently serve as a support and resistance level. And you can see an example of that right here. You see right now on the 1 hour, these are 1 hour candles, we're battling with this previous day high, which is acting as the resistance level. So even if let's just see what's going on in the 15-minute, if we've closed any candles above. Now, briefly, and then we just got rejected right away, but that's a 15. If you gotta try to find a candle that closes above it on the 1 hour, and that will be your signal that you can take along. But right now we haven't got that yet, so we're still fighting with this. So the play right now, you'd have a better risk reward ratio if you entered a short here and then put your stop just above here and then targeted this previous day low. However, I'm not going to do it, and I wouldn't recommend doing it simply because the longer we fight with this resistance level, the more likely we are to break it. So actually, you know what you could do? You can let me have a look at something. Okay, so whenever I'm at a resistance level, I like to look at some oscillators to see if we're seeing any divergence of any sort, or in this case, if we are oversold and about to turn down. So this does indicate that we are in an oversold region because this is over 85, and you see this red bundle here, that's a indicator that we're oversold. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to dump. So what I want to look at is I want to look at the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, and I want to look for if we're having a bearish divergence, and we are. No, we're not having a bearish divergence on this. Okay, so no major sign of weakness right now. So yeah, for me, there's no reason to enter a short on this. What I would rather do in this instance, I'll just sit out, and if we break and close a 1 hour candle above the previous day high, which right now sits at about 0.0474, then then that's a potential long opportunity. And what you could do is theoretically, if the candle closed, let's for example, let's say the candle closed here, then you could target this first level right here, and you place your stop just below the previous day high, just like that, and that would be a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2. So that's pretty good. You would risk 1.47% to make 2.94%. Now, oh yeah, and I got to explain, why would you take profits here? Well, it was the resistance here and it was the resistance here. We also have an order block here, which indicates that we've had a lot of trading activity in this range previously. And typically, when the price approaches these levels, it tends to you tend to get a bounce. So if you come up to it, if you approach it from below, it tends to act as some sort of a resistance. And likewise, if you're above it and you come to it, it'll be a support. Now, this is just the order block level on the 1 hour time frame, and you'll see that if I extend it out to a 4 hour, I'm going to get a different price level. So to recap, that take profit area on the 1 hour, if we break and close above this previous day high, starts at around 0.0489, and then the peak of that is 0.0492. So it's a very tight range. So, I mean, yeah, just around here, say the midpoint, 0.049, just around there. Now, if this area breaks, then you can target this upper region, which is around 5 cents, 0.0513-ish. So you can target that. So if I go to the 4 hour, then I'm not going to get an order block resistance until this peak one. So it's basically just ignoring the one down here. If you want to do longer time frame, that's fine. However, you're likely, even though the next order block is that high, you're still likely to get some sort of a response off this level. So what you could theoretically do is you could look to this area as a take profit region, and then you can try to buy as the price comes down a bit. If people sell, then you can rebuy and then try and get a better position if you want to target this upper level. So anyway, that about sums up what I'm seeing on Hedera. It's nothing I'd want to take right now on the longer term time frame. The best entry for me on a long term time frame is if we come back down here. That's the safest, and that's not to say that we're not going to go up from here. One thing I want to do, I want to draw a fib retracement and just see if we're bouncing off a significant level right now. And we are. Look at this, guys. So the Fibonacci works really well if you have a breakout move, which this definitely was. We created a new high, or we just basically broke this downtrend because this is a higher high than this. And now if this can turn around here, that means we just made a higher high compared to this one and a higher low compared to this one. And that will indicate a change in the trend and also breaking this downtrend resistance. So we'll see what happens with this. But this looks promising because we had this impulsive movement here, and then this is retrace, and we came down and the bodies closed on the weekly candle. Look how the bodies closed just above this 786 retracement level. We had a wick down to the 88.3, but the body closed above the 786. So this is actually pretty bullish price action. We came up, we wicked off the 50. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens here. If we start putting in some more like a bullish candle here, then I think we could be heading up. This could be a reversal, but too early to tell right now. I'm not entering a trade, but if we end up coming down here, perhaps I will look for a long. But yeah, if you wanted to enter this on a shorter term time frame, then I just gave you the targets for that. To recap, enter on a 1 hour close above 0.0474. A body close above this level on the hourly chart, and then you can look for your first take profit target around 0.049. Maybe if you want to go a little bit before that to front run it, just so you don't miss out on a take profit, that'll be 0.0489. Anyway, guys, that's Hedera. Have a good day. Take care. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you want to get notified when I release new analysis videos. Take care, guys. Bye.